We'll be back soon.
Today I want to talk about a current situation that's been going on in the urban space as far as snitching and or ratting. So when you look it up in the Webster Dictionary, it says that the movement, the commonest usage for the word of referring to someone who provides information about another's wrongdoings to an authority figure. It just says to an authority figure. That's the most common usage today. I would say that from the original uses of the word, at least when I remember it, when we had the movement or they had the movement in Baltimore, stop snitching. It's not necessarily saying they're telling on an authority figure. The first rule used to be if you're telling on someone to give them jail time, if what you're doing is telling on someone that's going to give you an advantage and disadvantage someone else, that's rolling with the same code of ethics that you're rolling with. As we all know, and I've used it as a perfect example before, is if you're stealing from a store, the code of ethics for the person that's working there is to stop you from stealing. But if they're working with a person that's in a store and they see them stealing, the code of ethics is for them to talk to them first and or let them go, because they can only snitch on somebody that's living within the same rule set or living by the same guidelines. I believe that you had a situation with 21 Savage where he was explaining that, man, it's a lot more nuance to it, or it can be more nuance to it. But I believe that I spoke on it as well with Big Fats, held a line, and the truth is that there really is no flexibility. This is what leads into the conversation of the streets being dead at the moment. 21 Savage said that the internet should never been in it, but the internet wouldn't have known if it wasn't brought to them. This is a situation that I currently deal with myself mentally when I'm doing some of these things. At the end of the day, you can't invite people into your shit and they be mad when they're sitting there with the popcorn. It makes it hard with the street situation because of what I said before with 90s rap. There was a bunch of songs that were getting done, and then it came to a point where both of the rappers or most of the rappers would attack each other and saying, hey, you're lying about the thing that you did, or you're misinterpreting the way that things went down. So when cameras came along, the easiest way to make sure that you were getting verification that you're doing the things that you're talking about is to either have enough people talking about it or to have video evidence. I believe that it was one of the rappers that said it, and I don't want to say it. I feel like it was Shada Prince. He was like, nowadays, a lot of rappers or people from the street that just wanted to be rappers, or the drug dealers that want to be cool. And it really is kind of what's going on because the visibility has shifted. The rappers before were most definitely aspiring to be like the drug dealers around them as far as the jewels and the change, want to experience the upper echelon of life. Compared to now, you couldn't be a square nigga that's sitting in your room with a microphone and still get the same amount of money with less effort, talking about the things that they're doing or may not be doing and getting recognition worldwide as they're sitting in the hood with no way to get out of the situation that they put themselves in. Because let's be honest, even for the ones that we seen that was making money, a lot of them are still where they are. And even with that, a lot of the time it could be peer pressure of, all right, well, I don't want to get money and leave because we already know what the look at that is. Oh, you get money and leaving. Why you leaving? Who made you? To say that snitching is the hardest part of understanding the street code is a lie would be more than the truth. Because the reality of it is telling is the least of your worries when it comes to the street. Most of the time it's going to come with perspective or anything else. Even using this to lead into the conversation as of recent to the streets being dead. once again, between people wanting to get visuals and wanting to get recognition for the things that they've done, it does make it kind of harder for people that are holding the line and saying, look, maybe even possibly I'm worse or realer than this person, but I can't blast them. To go out of my way and explain to you how this person isn't who they are makes me just as petty or less gangster than just ignoring it and keep it moving. The street ethos is kind of, it has to die in a certain way. Because if not, then we have a lot of these gene situations where we got the guy that's been running around and doing security with somebody like Puff Daddy for 20-some years or better. You know every story about the time that he violated somebody or did something wild, beat a woman up. But you were there because the reality of it is that you weren't trying to lose your job because he was paying you. And you figured if, hey, they're okay with it, I'm okay with it, it's none of my business. But because it was none of your business the first few times, we have a line of 20 years worth of victims or plausible victims or self-proclaimed victims. There's always going to be people in an impoverished situation that are going to try to take advantage or make the most of it. But it's a difference when you're not impoverished or impoverished anymore, and then you're just adding to the mayhem. There's a difference between when you low dog and you just the old head that want to see niggas do shit because you put in so much work. At the end of the day, we're going to all do what we want to do. And you can try to portray and hold up with any image that you want to hold up to. But the reality of it is, for a lot of us, is that maybe we just need to bring consequences back. And everything will play out flat. That's my rant for today.
That's gonna go crazy. It's like Chris Brown, like coming out the jungle or something. Oh, you like it what you see? He like wiggling out the trees. Chris Brown on Jumanji or something crazy.